science.
Why?
Because I could be, like, naughty, if you like. Yeah, I like the Bunsen burners and bits and pieces that they're teaching you, but I never took the exam, but I quite enjoyed it. I feel I was pretty naughty at school.
Do you remember your first sizable break?
Yeah, I was a child. I was sort of like, well, on a full-size table, I had a 30-40 break within being on the table 10-15 minutes. And then the dad sort of brought me a decent cue then, and then I started hitting 50 and 60 breaks.
If it wasn't for snooker, what job do you think you'd be doing now?
What job? I don't think I'm doing much. I don't know, it could be anything. Probably buy some property and sell on, I suppose. My family, kids. I haven't really got any. I've done everything I've wanted to do since I was a kid, really. Have nice holidays, and I don't go about. Last book I read, Tiger Woods golf book. He's awesome, isn't he? He's awesome.
Okay, you're having a dinner party, and you've got to invite anyone. Who would it be?
Probably invite Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, or Nazim, Prince Nazim. Be a very good atmosphere, wouldn't it?
Can you ever play a game of snooker for fun?
Yeah, having a few beers and with your mates, it's good fun. We usually go and play pool. It's a little bit more fair, if you like, and it's an easier game. It's a more sociable game, if you like. Just having a laugh and a joke.
Well, this is serious, and Stephen won 4 of the first 5 frames. 4-1 ahead into frame 6. Stephen to play, there's no score. Clive Everton and John Virgo in the commentary box.
That's a bonus. Oh, double bonus. A kiss on the green, leaving the lead perfectly on the pink. A rather strained smile from Hann, appreciating that development not at all. I meant, of course, the blue.
6. Seven. 12. $13.
Pop the black, cannon the red on the left-hand side of the cluster. Should leave himself a red for the opposite corner. Played it well. Could be a costly
20.
fluke.
$21. $28.
And mustn't give way to panic or frustration.
$29.
As Lee builds up a lead. It's still early days in a 3-session match. He's just got to keep his cool.
Yes, and in his first round match, he was 5-1 down to Paul Hunter, so it's not as... And that was only best of 19. Just got to keep positive.
$34.
The cut to right corner is a natural to avoid cannoning the black.
Mm-hmm. 39. $40. 47. 48.
'Well, it looks like that bit of good
55.
fortune has won Stephen Lee this frame.
56.
Pots the black to 62 in front, so he's looking for one more red and a colour. Well, I was going to say maybe that red's not apparent, but it is.
63. 64.
So he pots the blue. He has 69 points in front. As Quinten's got this sort of permanent smile on his face. I don't know what he's thinking. But he'll now be thinking that this frame has gone.
69.
All off a fluke as well. 69 in front, 67 on the table.
70.
The extra red, putting Hann to 3 snookers needed. And the black ending even the most tenuous hopes
77.
of the Australian.
$78.
Highest break. Well, as Quinten looks on, he won't be interested in the highest break, but we should make mention of it. 136, the highest break.
85.
By John Higgins at the moment. Stephen Lee could equal it here,
86.
which would be a double whammy, wouldn't it, after the lucky start?
Yes, he could do it with blacks off his last 2 reds.
93. 94.
Not that I think 136 a likely winner. But the highest break prize, which is £20,000.
101. 102.
'This is Lee's 90th century.
109.
In professional competition.
$111. $114.
And okay, the opening shot was a fluke, but there's nothing wrong with the ray. He's taken the rest of them.
118. $123. $129.
The total clearance of 136 increases Stephen Lee's lead to 5-1. Well. So well, he gave way to that uninhibited break-off shot because he is frustrated, 5-1 down, and sometimes you can fluke one, though you do so more often at pool, at which he's something of an expert, than you do at snooker.
Well, it looks like this black will go in the middle. Well, only just, isn't it? This is a dangerous shot, as was the break-off. No, it was hard. It was hard.
Quinten Hann.
I do believe when he broke the reds like that against Paul Hunter, he was hoping he wasn't going to leave anything. You know, he's a tough competitor. He's an Australian, aren't they all? So I don't think he'd be handing the game on a plate. It was funny the way he pointed up to us. But it's his choice. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, obviously, it could have cost him the frame, and the way Stephen Lee finished the last frame with 136, you could expect him to make a frame-winning break here. But no, if you go up the table, you've got your cue in your hand. As long as you hit the balls and it's not a foul stroke, you can please yourself what you do.
I think the unexpected does sometimes break up the pattern of a match, but it would be a different thing if he was doing it frame after frame, which of course is what he did at the Grand Prix at Telford at the start of last season, when he just banged the balls about for the last 3 frames against Ronnie O'Sullivan, who beat him 5-0. And after that display, Hann's prize money was withheld. Quite rightly, I thought.
$8.
Anyway, as far as Stephen Lee is concerned, he can break off like that any time he likes.
I think the pink now will have to go on the black spot. He purposely held the pink spot there.
14.
Don't know whether he can play for the pink off this red. He looks to have the complete wrong angle. So going up for the blue.
15.
Obviously it's an excellent chance. All the reds in the open. Okay, the black's up at the balk end of the table, but he's got the pink nicely on the black spot. Blue in the middle of the table. He's cueing well. He's in good touch, as he proved in the last frame. That break-off shot from Quinten, I think, will prove
20.
very costly. And as you say, Clive, Stephen won't mind.
$21. $27. $28.
When Hann broke off like that, 4-1 down to Paul Hunter, Hunter made 77 from it and won the frame. Lee shows every sign of winning the frame from it this time. So, as a tactic, it's not proving all that effective.
$34.
Didn't mean to cannon the pink, meant to cannon the red, to the left of it.
39.
Well, he may not win the frame in one visit now. It's a good shot required on a red. I don't know if there's a red possible. He's looked at one in the right centre. Well, as you see, only just goes. And if he missed it, he'd be leaving a chance for Quinten Hann to counter-attack. So he's just playing the safety.
Stephen Lee.
He's covered the most
39.
important red. That was the one he needed to cover, the one in the balk area. He's certainly changed the pattern of the frame, hasn't it, Clive? We've had one or two lengthy frames in this match already. By opening them up like that, it gets it a more free-flowing game, even if you do put yourself on the line to lose it in one hit.
Well, sometimes the unorthodox can pay dividends.
Well, does this... Well, he's run on a little bit too far. I was going to ask the question, does this red pass the yellow? But he's pretty thin now. I mean, don't get me wrong, in my playing career, it's not something I ever entertained, opening the reds up off the break. Because basically you're just handing. I mean, the odds of fluking one are long odds. There's more chance of your opponent winning the frame in one visit, so why would you ever dream of doing it? But Quinten is a bit of a law unto himself.
Possible plant here, the left corner.
Well, that's what he's playing. Just wasn't on. Now he needs that cue ball to travel to the side cushion. Otherwise he'll left a second chance for Stephen Lee. Not left anything easy. chance of a pot, but as I say, not that easy.
One.
I think that Lee is starting to strike the ball ominously well. He polished off the 5th frame with a break of 46.
5.
He accounted for the 6th with a total clearance of 136. He made 39 from Hann's unorthodox break-off shot in this one.
6.
And even though the remaining reds are not all in promising positions, he may well do enough at this visit to clinch a 6-1 lead.
12.
Yeah, so after this red and a colour, one more red and a colour, and it would be frame over.
13.
Got a nice angle on the pink now, just to drop on this red, the one on the right-hand side of the table. He doesn't want to be just trying to disturb anything. I was looking at the scoreboard. Pot this red, go 59
19.
ahead with 59 remaining. Sorry, 58 ahead. So he needs the colour.
20.
He's just about on the pink. Pink and Quinten Hann will need 2 snookers.
Stephen Lee, 20.
Didn't get right on the pink, so Hann has a reprieve at the last gasp. It's still going to be some feat though to win this frame.
Well, I think he's taking this red on. No, it was all or nothing. Or was it? Has he covered that red? Is there a gap in between the yellow and black? He'll be unlucky if he has left a gap. It's probably in his mind he'd cover it. That's unbelievable, that gap that was there, and of course that clinches the frame.
And
Yes.
the frame, Stephen Lee.
Just the single red was sufficient. Hann concedes. Lee leads by 6 frames to 1.
Into frame 8 and a chance for a damage limitation for Quinten Hann. He's at the table, no score.
Well, it was a nice controlled attempt at the pot. If it had gone in, he'd have had position on the black. Now what's he left? Looks like Stephen Lee's looking at a plant here for the left corner. Well, it can be made, certainly. And in fact, I think if he makes it, he could even finish up on the black. And he has.
1.
He's on the black.
Yeah, sure.
Now that's another way of smashing them up. But at least he knew he was going to pot the red. What a chance he's given himself here.
Eight. 9.
The worst that could happen to Stephen Lee today would be to be sleeping on a 6-2 lead, but I'm sure he'll be going strongly for 7-1 here.
17. $24. 25.
4 reds, 4 blacks.
32. 33. 40.
I think he's now got in his mind the maximum.
41.
Only needs a couple of more reds, a couple more blacks after this one, and the frame's over. So it's such a big prize, isn't it? 147,000 plus 20,000.
48.
Highest break, £167,000. It's certainly something to aim for. But of course, when you get
49.
near it, £167,000 puts the pressure on. And there's enough pressure on a maximum as it is.
Yes, you've got to keep thinking about what you're doing,
56.
not about the money.
57.
There have been only 4 maximums at the Crucible by Cliff Thorburn, Jimmy White, Stephen Hendry and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Keeps trying to give himself a choice of a
64.
red. He's on this red into the left corner, and this red and a colour would more or less clinch the frame.
65.
That needs to run a little bit, and he's short.
72.
But he only needs to pot this red, and that's the frame one, so he'll look for some way to get back for the black. It's an easy enough pot, he just has to maybe go in and out of balk. Now he needs a bit of luck. Oh, he didn't want the... Well,
73.
a full ball kiss on that red might not have been bad. He'll go for the black, but it's a tall order. But at least he's in the knowledge that he's 73 points in front. There's only 67 left. So have a go at the black and best of luck.
Well, out of luck on this occasion. They're heading out of sight in the match. 7-1 to Stephen Lee. I think you'd back him to go through.
Ringing out or not, Ebden was looking a little disconnected.